I don't share this part of my story often, but I wanted to share that years ago, I was groomed into a cult. At first, it felt like belonging, like finally being seen and held in ways that I hadn't before. But underneath the surface, there were tactics designed to control. There was grooming that slowly eroded my boundaries, love bombing that made me feel special, ostracizing anyone who questioned, turning us against ourselves if we doubted, and gaslighting that convinced us the problem was always within us. So one of the hardest parts about this was realizing that even though others knew about the atrocities happening inside of this group, they were too afraid to question or leave. And that silence and fear kept so many of us trapped. Leaving this group was one of the hardest things I've ever done. It meant reclaiming my truth, trusting my inner compass, and seeing clearly the manipulation that I had been under. And what stunned me later on about this experience was the mirror, because the very same tactics I experienced inside of that cult are being used in our wider world right now. Our system thrives on curated outrage, fear, and division. We are told that it is us versus them, right versus wrong, red versus blue, left versus right. But that is not the real truth. It's all a distraction. And here is the deeper truth. Division feeds the system itself. While we fight one another, those at the very top keep getting richer. The billionaires funding this game don't care about sides. They pay into both. What they care about is profit. And the way that they secure it is by keeping us divided, distracted, and too exhausted to question what is really happening. This isn't about one side being right and the other being wrong. It's about remembering our shared humanity and refusing to let fear, shame, or division drive us. Because when we live from that tribal us versus them mentality, we lose our ability to think critically, to feel, and to connect. So the antidote that I found when I left the cult is the same one that we need now. Curiosity, asking who benefits from the story that we're being told. Boundaries, choosing where we place our attention and our energy. Embodiment, listening to the body when something feels off. Reconnection, remembering each other as people, not sides. Leaving this cult taught me how fragile truth becomes when it's filtered through someone else's agenda, and how powerful it is to come home to my own sense of what's true, while also choosing community that strengthens rather than divides. If you have ever felt the heaviness of the us versus them, I want you to know you are not alone. We are in this together. We do not have to keep playing this game. We can come home to ourselves. We can come home to each other. If you need support with this, you want to work with me, or just want someone to listen, I'm available. I would love to hear from you. You can send me a DM, or you can send me an email, embodiedwithemma@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.